Hi friends, it's Mrs. Battles. I am so excited to see you today. I drew some pictures of some frogs on logs and maybe in some ponds today. And I want to show you the pictures I drew. Today we are going to solve these story problems with frogs on logs near ponds together. Now, what you can do is you can draw the picture just like I did. You could draw your own version of the picture, or you can just have a scratch piece of paper or something to write on to think and draw what your math thinking is. So you don't have to copy my pictures. You could draw your own version or just use numbers or circles or tally marks, however you want to show your thinking, okay? So, you ready to get started? Awesome. Here's my first picture. Right now, I just want you to think, what do you notice about this picture? Do you see the log and some eyeballs? And a pond, maybe some lily pads floating on the pond? Good. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you today. There are some eyes popping up behind that log. Those frogs are a little nervous to see you. They're not quite sure. All right, there are how many eyes? How many eyes do you see? We can count by twos to count the eyes. You can count by ones if you need to, but let's practice counting by twos. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 eyes. Now, does that mean you think that there are 8 frogs? Let's think. Do frogs have 1 eye each? 1 eye per frog? Or how many eyes do frogs have? That's right, they have 2. So, how many frogs are behind the log? All right, there are 4 frogs behind the log because each frog has 2 eyes. So this would be a frog, this is a frog, this is a frog, and this is a frog. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 frogs with 2 eyes each. Good job. Here's my next picture. Before I show it to you, I want you to just notice some things. Think about how many frogs you see and where they are. All right, there are some frogs on the log, and there are some frogs now swimming in the pond. How many frogs are on the log? There are 3 frogs on the log, and how many in the pond? There's 4 in the pond. Good. So my question for you is, how many frogs in all or all together? Go ahead and solve that. All right, friends. When I say in all or all together, that means we have to add all those frogs up. So we could count them all up. We know there's 3, and let's count on 3. Let's say 3 together. 3, and count on. What comes after 3? 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's write an equation for that, okay? There are 3 frogs on the log, and we need to add the frogs in the pond. Plus 4 frogs in the pond. So 3 plus 4 equals, what did we say? How many frogs were there? 7. Can you write that equation with me? 3 plus 4 equals 7. 3 plus 4 equals 7 altogether. Good job, friends. Remember, if I ever go too fast, pause the video. Alrighty, our next one. I'm going to show you the picture, and I just want you to do some noticing. What do you notice? There are some frogs on the log, and there's some frogs in the pond. Right now, I want you to think about which one, the log or the pond, has more frogs. Are there more frogs on the log, or are there more frogs in the pond? That's right, there are more frogs in the pond. Now, Let's be expert mathematicians. How many more frogs are in the pond than on the log? Can you solve that right now? Let's pause the video and I want you to solve that. All right, friends. I know that there are 3 frogs on the pond on the log here. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frogs in the pond. So there's more here, but how many more? Well, there's 3 here and 1, 2, 3 here. But how many are extra? There's 2 extra. One way we can prove this is by crossing them off. So you could draw a picture like me, and you could say, there are 1, 2, 3 here, and there's 1, 2, 3 in the pond, and that leaves 2 extra in the pond. Nice, friends. We can also think, there are 5 in the pond and 3 on the log, and we could take away the 3 on the log to see what's extra. Let's try that. 5 frogs in the pond. Take away the 3 that match with the ones on the log. So 5 minus 3 equals how many were left over? 1 and 2. So we had 5, take away these 3, and we were left with 2. Good job, mathematicians. Are you ready for our next one? Okay. This one is tricky too. This one says, there are some frogs on this log. How many do you see? All right, friends, there used to be 6 frogs on this log, and some decided to jump in. I'm not telling you how many jumped in, though. There's 3 now on the log, and there used to be 6. The other ones jumped in. How many do you think jumped in the pond? How could you figure that out? I want you to try by yourself to figure it out. You can pause the video, and then we'll solve it together. Okay. So, there used to be 6, and now there's only 3. So some are swimming around under the water here. Let's imagine the 6 are back, all over here. We could add on here to make it 6 again. So remember, there's 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to draw a circle for the ones that jumped in. 4, 5, and 6. So if I imagine these circles are the frogs that jumped in, I can think, now there is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But these guys must have jumped in because they're not there anymore. So how many jumped in? 1, 2, 3. 3 jumped in. These guys hopped in the pond to go swimming. How did you solve this? Maybe it was different than how I did, and that's okay. One way we could have solved this was thinking, there were 6 frogs on the log, and there are 3 left. So I could take away the 3 that are on the log because I want the ones that were left over that are now in the pond. And if I have 6, the 6 frogs here, and I take away these guys, 1, 2, 3, I have the 3 that jumped in, which equals 3. Did anybody maybe count on? You knew there were 3 here, 3 frogs, and you counted up to 6, maybe on your fingers. Let's try it. Take 3, put it in your hand, and let's count on. 3, 4, 5, 6. How many are in the pond? 3 more went in the pond. Good job, guys. All right. I want to go back to the first picture I showed you. It was this one. It was 3 frogs on the log plus 4 in the pond equals 7 frogs all together. Here's my last question for you. How many eyeballs do you see in this picture? Pause the video if you need more time. All right, maybe you counted by ones. You counted each eyeball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nice. Maybe you counted by twos. I want you to practice counting by twos with me. If counting by twos is a struggle for you and is a challenge, can you practice counting by twos at home? There are some awesome Jack Hartman videos that I have on our kindergarten website that I want you to go check out to see if we can practice counting by twos. Let's count by twos. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So there are 14 eyes. Let's write that down. There are 7 frogs, but 14 eyes. Because each frog has 2 eyes, just like humans. All right, kindergartners. It was so awesome doing math with you guys today with our frogs on logs near ponds. I can't wait to see you guys soon. I hope you're doing awesome and staying healthy. I miss you, love you, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.